Hey folks, I hope you're all well and staying safe. Now, there are a lot of great games that have come out on the Oculus Quest, but you may be wondering which ones are actually the best. Well, have no fear, WaqMan is here. We are going to go through our top 14 games on the Oculus Quest, plus one free bonus game. So, if you enjoy this video, then please give it a thumbs up and share with a friend, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Not only that, we will be announcing the winner of the giveaway for Pro Putt VR on the Oculus Quest, which has been kindly provided by one of my great subscribers, Josh. But don't worry, the giveaway for Fallout 4 VR is still on for one of my subscribers, and the winner will be announced sometime this month as well. So make sure you're in it to win it. Well, let's get straight into it. Here is my list of the top 14 Oculus Quest games out right now. The list isn't in any particular order as they are all great games for different reasons. Number 1. Death Unchained. This is a roguelite action game where basically if you die, you have to start from the beginning. However, you do get to keep your upgrades and unlocks that will carry over to your next run, so there is still progression. Not only that, every time you start the game, the level is procedurally generated, meaning it will always feel new. Plus, the game will adapt to your level and experience and will keep getting harder, so it doesn't get stale. Although the game can be quite difficult, so you always need to be alert and keep on your toes. You're able to use a bow and arrow, with elemental arrows such as ice arrows to freeze your enemies or even a crossbow to take them down fast. And because this is on the Quest, you aren't going to get tangled on any wires when shooting different targets, as it is truly unchained. Number 2. Pistol Whip. Become John Wick in Pistol Whip. This rhythm shooting game attempts to be a hybrid of Super Hot VR and Beat Saber, where you kill enemies to the beat of the music. Although that being said, it's not a requirement to do it to the beat like in Beat Saber, but if you do care about the score at all, you will want to keep to the beat. This game does make you feel like John Wick in the nightclub scene from the second movie. If you haven't seen it, shame on you. You stand in one place while the scene moves towards you. This can feel a little jarring if you haven't got your VR legs though. Additionally, because of the extremely fast pace and the surprisingly large amount of head movement required to dodge the slow moving bullets, it can be a nice workout. The graphics are of polygon in nature, like in Super Hot, but because of the fast-paced gameplay, you don't really notice it. There isn't really a story, but it has several scenes to play as the developers have been hard at work to release new content, including a John Wick-inspired pistol collection. There is an auto-aim feature making you feel like you have super aim and can't miss. But if you want to go old school, you can turn this feature off. Pistol Whip is an awesome game with some awesome soundtracks to give you an extreme workout whilst making you feel like a badass. Number 3. Richie's Plank Experience. This game is great when you want to show people VR for the first time. The only movement you have is when you walk yourself, so there isn't really a chance of motion sickness. The game is fantastic to have people fear for their lives when walking over a small plank on top of a skyscraper. The graphics are really good and makes it feel real. There have been other modes where you need to go to the end of the plank and pick up an item, but there's a surprise waiting for you when you do. As there is nothing tethering you on the Quest, the immersion and fear that you experience is incredible, which is why it is on this list. Even though this is just a short experience, it may be the best one to show VR to new people. Just make sure you record them. Number 4. Trovers Saves the Universe. Now, I'm not a big fan of platformers in VR, but this is the funniest platformer game I have ever played. In Trovers Saves the Universe, an evil alien named Glorkon has stolen your cute little dogs and looks to place them in his eye sockets for ultimate power, because that makes sense. But the concept of the story is simple. Do a backflip, snap the bad guy's neck and save the world. This game has elements of breaking the fourth wall, since it knows it's a game and will make jokes and commentary about it similar to Deadpool. The writing in the game is fantastic. It's not an awe-inspiring tale, but the comedic timing will just keep you laughing throughout. The gameplay is simple yet fun. It has platforming, action combat, and puzzles which have been implemented really well in VR. You are a Cheropian since you're sitting in a chair in real life and controlling Trover throughout the game, which is a game mechanic in itself. The story lasts around 4 to 5 hours depending on how good you are with puzzles. Trovers Saves the Universe is a great game that has been ported to the Quest. Number 5. Beat Saber. This seems to be the game that everybody loves because of its simplicity and pure enjoyment. I actually can't believe it has survived this long, but that's mainly due to the songs that keep getting added as well as new modes such as the 360 degrees mode on the Quest, which completely changes how you play and adds a new level of excitement. Another reason why this game is still on my list is because of the custom songs, although they still need to be sideloaded. The choice of songs you can find online is huge. The game is so easy to pick up and play that anyone can get into it, but so difficult to master that you will need to spend time and energy to actually get good. Plus, you will lose a lot of weight since it's an intense workout. If you're enjoying this video so far, then remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Number 6. The Room VR Dark Matter. One of the best escape room games around, and definitely the best in VR. You are a police officer investigating the disappearance of an Egyptologist. You know what that means? Mummies and a lot of paranormal activity. The puzzles are actually very well designed and can be quite difficult. However, the game does offer some time hints at 3 different levels, where you can get a nudge in the right direction, or a bit more help than that, or basically giving you the answer so you stop pulling your hair out. The sound and music in the game are perfectly designed that give you an ominous feeling throughout your whole playthrough. The story is interesting and intriguing, although the experience isn't very long for the price, but it's one that is a must-have for any puzzle or escape room fan, as it really will be well worth it. Number 7. Arizona Sunshine. Arizona Sunshine has been named one of the best VR zombie shooters. It has a story that lasts around 4 hours with some cheesy dialogue and humor. To give you a bit of a background, there has been a zombie apocalypse and you are one of the only survivors left. I don't want to spoil the story for you, so I'm not going to mention any more. But what you will see are random zombies. Some wearing bikinis, some wearing a biker helmet and a bikini, maybe they didn't have a face mask. Anyway, you will spend most of your time looking for ammo and weapons, and then using them on the horde of zombies that you will keep coming across. To be honest, this is a lot more fun than you would think it would be. For me, this was more of a casual game and less intense, where I was just popping the zombies' heads off with headshot after headshot. But if you want more of a challenge, then turn up the difficulty, where it makes you panic a little bit more and the zombies will hit a little harder. There are some bugs in the game, however because of how much fun the game actually is, I think you'll still love it. Number 8. Creed Rise to Glory. Walk in the footsteps of Adonis Creed and become the world heavyweight champion through the short story. Although, when I say world, I actually mean the real world, as Creed Rise to Glory has full PvP support, and you can choose any iconic characters from Rocky, Drago, Clubber Lang and many more. I bet it's a fool that doesn't want to play this game. Creed Rise to Glory is a fantastic boxing game in VR that will be a great workout while having a lot of fun. Number 9. Phantom Covert Ops. Now normally in VR, and especially on the Quest, you don't get to play many games sitting down. And sometimes you want to basically have a seat and just enjoy a game in VR without constantly needing to bend over to pick up things. Well, the team at Dreams has you covered with Phantom Covert Ops. Although I have to be honest, when I first heard of this game and that you will be in a kayak throughout the whole game, I was very skeptical. However, this game is extremely polished and well designed. The developers have done a great job on it. It can also be a bit of a workout for your arms while paddling. Talking about paddling, it's all fully in your control on how fast you want to go and how you take your sharp turns. But the best part of the game is the stealth and shooting mechanics. It's basically like playing Metal Gear Solid in a kayak. So you've got this far in the video, so you must be enjoying it. Or you just like torturing yourself. Either way, why not give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and share with a friend. Okay, so just before we move on to the next one on our list, I want to tell you about the bonus free game, Thrill of the Fight. This is a realistic boxing game that gives you a workout like you've never felt before. You have to throw real punches to have any chance of damaging the enemy. Unlike in Creed, in this game you don't have artificial stamina, so you can keep throwing, but the baby punches won't do any damage. To be able to hurt your opponent, you have to counter, go to the body and go through your opponent's guard. There is visual damage that can be seen on the body when you damage your opponent. There are 3 3-minute rounds, but after the first round you will be begging for the fight to finish. There are different levels of opponents that you progress through. This would be on the list officially if it gets to the same level as the PC version, but it needs a bit more work for that right now. The Thrill of the Fight is currently free as a beta on the Quest, and considering it's free, it is a no-brainer to pick up, so I highly recommend you installing it. Number 10. Lies Beneath. This is one of the best games available on the Quest right now. Lies Beneath is a survival horror comic book style game with a lot of action. The visuals in the game are incredible and very unique. It's actually quite genius, as it is the perfect style on the Quest that doesn't take too much resource. There are interesting and difficult puzzles to solve as well as searching for loot. Although this is more of a linear game, going for around 5 to 7 hours depending on how you play. The story is really intriguing and awesome to play through. Lies Beneath is just a must-have game. It's not a traditional jump scare type of horror game where you are helpless. Here you have weapons to defend yourself. So if the jump scares are the only reason you don't want to get it, I would still probably give it a try, or you're really gonna miss out something special. Number 11. Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. With this game, you are able to experience the scariest night of your life in VR. If you don't know, in Five Nights at Freddy's you are a caretaker at something similar to a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant. However, the animatronics in this establishment come alive after midnight and come for you, so you need to survive until 6 AM. The tension and fear in this game is unbelievable, even though you know the jump scares are coming, which actually makes it worse because you don't know exactly when. This is the full-fledged game but played wirelessly, which adds to the immersion and the fright. Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted is a must-have game for any VR horror fan. Number 12. Cyrento Untethered. Do you want to be a badass ninja, chopping, slicing, dodging bullets like you're in the Matrix? If not, you're boring and lame. If yes, you're in luck. You can use your swords to slice up enemies or your many guns to shoot them up. Although I feel chopping and slicing the enemy has an added element of satisfaction. I might be a little sadistic though. You can get Wolverine claws as well as being able to do backflips in VR. And every flip you do slows down time, allowing you to set up your shots or dodge bullets in midair. That being said, it is an intense game, so if you are prone to motion sickness, take that into consideration. The story on the Quest version is bare bones, but the game is mainly focused on the action, and it does a great job to bring on the sweat. So if you like an action-packed game with a lot of jumping and moving around, then you will love Cyrento Untethered. Before we get on to our last two games, I would like to announce the winner of the ProPud VR giveaway on the Oculus Quest is... Congratulations! Please contact me on my Discord for your prize. Number 13. The Vader Immortal series. Join the dark side with Vader Immortal. This is an episodic game that comes in 3 parts. Vader Immortal is absolutely gorgeous, but the main reason you will want this series is for the story, and how it makes you feel like you are a vital part in it. It is a unique and interesting story where you are the apprentice of Darth Vader, who will teach you the ways of the dark side. So fulfill your dreams of using a lightsaber and taking down enemies left, right and center. The enemies actually feel like a challenge when fighting, which adds to the excitement of the game. In the second episode, you even get to use the Force Pull and the Force Push abilities, which feels amazing. Although I would have preferred access to this ability from the first game, considering these are only short experiences. Which is the main drawback to the game, that it is very short. You will finish the first part in an hour and the second part in around 30 minutes and the final part is around 40 minutes. This is extremely short. But you are able to continue playing in the dojo, which basically has you fighting against enemies as a wave shooter, with different enemies in each chapter. To be honest, the reason this game is on the recommended list despite its short story and episodic nature is because of how epic you feel when playing it. If you love Star Wars, then I believe you will love this game. Number 14. Onward. Well, Onward made a little bit of a mess with its launch, but despite that, it is still an awesome game to play. It was the PC VR players that suffered the most, kind of like when you have to share your toys with your younger siblings. But in case you didn't know, Onward is a PvP and a PvE multiplayer shooter, where you can go against other players or better yet team up with them to take down a small army of bots. This is a lot of fun to do and can show great teamwork. This is a slow-paced tactical game where you need to make sure you plan your attack and not just rush in. This is the most realistic PvP shooter on VR right now. The fact that the Quest doesn't have any wires tethering you makes you feel so free when you need to look around quickly. The best thing about this port for the Quest is that you will be able to play with the PC players, meaning that the player count will be massive. I've linked my review of Onward in the description if you want more information about it. Well, that's all folks. Here are 14 of the best games out right now on the Oculus Quest. Remember, if you would like to enter the giveaway for Fallout 4 VR, please subscribe to the channel, like the video and comment that you would like to enter. Well, thanks for watching, have a great day, stay safe and see you next time.